decided today we're going to talk about success, which isn't really about having all the answers. It's about showing up in business, relationships, and personal growth. Being present and engaged is really half the battle. So, we're going to talk about why showing up matters and how it changes everything based on today and your experience today.
Yes, definitely. I was so not feeling showing up. And but then I felt bad and I said to myself, I really should. This is a thing that we've committed to and I need to power through. That's what I said to myself.
Well, here's the thing. If you don't show up, first of all, I mean, we decided this together, right? So you not showing up is affecting us doing this, but really it affects your word, it affects business, and it affects success. So just in simple terms of us recording this, we are already one step closer than us not recording this episode.
Yes. I showed up and I wasn't prepared as I've been shuffling this as you're talking. Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of factors and a lot of people involved. And today I just didn't want to disappoint the people involved.
And I'm glad you didn't, because I have to tell you, showing up has been tremendous in my business. Just attending events, or even honestly, as simple as going showing up to meetings. I don't know, Mina. I know you have clients. You've had clients in the past. Have you ever had clients not show up to a meeting?
Yeah, it's terrible when people are late and they text you and they come up with some kind of silly excuse. I actually hate that because I'm not always on time, like, but I'm always on time. So I like expect that sort of behavior from somebody I would potentially work with.
Well, what does that say about them, right? Like, what does that say about starting a relationship with them as your client? For them either not showing up or for them being really late. I mean, first of all, let's discuss what's late. Like,
Say again.
what's late? Like, what do you consider being late to a meeting?
Like any time past the meeting time that it starts. Like if the meeting is at 2 and you're not there by 2:01, you're
Yes.
late.
Yes. I agree. I agree. How long do you typically wait?
I mean, honestly, like I would wait if they're contacting me, but like the most I would be willing to wait without an attitude is like half an hour.
30 minutes. You'd be on the call for 30 minutes?
Oh no, like I'm talking about in person that I've driven somewhere.
Oh God. You've had those where you would drive and they wouldn't show up?
Well, no, I've driven places and they were late,
Okay, how late?
like 20, 30 minutes.
Wow.
And I
Yes, if
just like
you're
told myself, I'm like, oh, I could do this, but I hate it. And I never wanted to work with this person again. Like I kind of just dismissed them immediately. I'm like, okay, this person's not
yeah, it's a flake.
like
They're a flake.
somebody I would like go out of my way to see.
Well, because it shows that they're not serious, right?
Hmm.
So do you want them as a client? No, because they're not going to listen to you. They're not going to listen to you. They're not going to do their work. And then what's going to happen is they're going to blame you for it.
Right. Yes, and that comes to a point of where you're able to choose the people that you work with, you know?
Yes. Yes. I've had, it's interesting because I obviously have been in the position where, like, I was bringing on clients, and obviously I want their business. So it doesn't matter if they're late. I want them to be my client. So there have been times where I've had people not show up, being late. I typically hate that. The most that I wait is, but now I'm like, you know what? To what I just said, then you're not going to be a good client of mine. Then it doesn't matter. I wait
Yes.
5 minutes and then I get aggravated and then I email them and I say, hey, I'm on the call. Are you joining? And at that point, if they don't reply, typically they do. If they don't reply, then I get off and that's it.
Yeah, of course. I think that's the way to do it. I think this is what I believe, and I think it applies across business. When people show you who they are, believe them the first time,
Ugh.
right? Like if you're late to the meeting, then you don't value my time. You don't think I'm important. You don't you're not valuing what I'm going to bring to you. And that's okay. That's their right too. But it's also your right to like leave, don't schedule with them again, and be spiteful if like 10 years later they come to you and be like, oh, let's do business. You could be like, no, you were late that one time. You didn't show up, you know?
Yeah, but it also goes beyond that, right? So just because you showed up is still really not enough. It's not just enough to be there physically. It's you got to be there emotionally. You have to actually comprehend and be a part of the conversation and contribute to the conversation. Where, like, I don't know if what your experience has been, but there are times where I'm like, why are we even talking? Like,
They should have ghosted you in that case.
yes,
They should have
yes.
not shown up.
I'll never forget this. I had a conversation with this woman for like, she let me ramble for like a good 20 minutes, like 20 minutes. And I just went on, like, she was like asking me questions, and I was, I was very excited. It was really in the beginning of my journey. And I was like going on and on. And then she was like, yeah, I don't know. I just don't know if it's going to work. I don't know. I'm not sure. And I'm like, why the fuck would you let me go on for such a long time then if you really, what she wanted is she just wanted to get the most out of me to hear it. And then she tried to shut me down. I know exactly who it is. She's not my client, but she's still in the industry. Um, but that was very aggravating because
So
that
like
was,
she used you.
yeah. So she showed up, like she was physically there. She actually took the call and she spoke with me and she like was asking me questions. And then she literally was like, I don't know. I don't think this is going to work. I don't know about this. I don't see this as being a really good idea. I didn't ask you if it's a good idea or not. I asked you
Right.
if you wanted to work with me, and a simple no would be okay. A simple, there was no need to continue asking questions and
Right, right,
having
right.
me go on and on and on.
Yeah, like that story reminds me the same woman that came late asked me a whole bunch of questions and then planned an event without me with another coach. So
Was she using any of the information that you gave her?
I don't know. It was like it just felt like ill. I don't care. Like information is free. That's the thing. Like that's why I never care to give people information
Mm-hmm.
because use that information. Like that woman could have used that information, but she's not you,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
And not to say that she's bad, but like if it's your ideas, she could try to steal it all, but all she wants, it's not you.
Um,
That's how I
yeah.
feel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I don't care that another health coach, like I've given so many ideas to people who have shown up late and with their kids. Um, and I don't care because like everyone has.
Well, that's at that point, I think it's nice that they still showed up, even though obviously they are
No,
busy.
I'd rather you reschedule than show up with your 3-year-old child.
Oh, yeah, I guess
Like
you're
to
right.
a business meeting.
Right, right. Because then they're not, then they cannot be there mentally.
Yeah, no, like for a girl coffee date, yes, bring your child. I love that. I love kids in that, well, sure, like I'll be like, okay.
Hmm,
But
hmm.
like if we're trying to talk about things that are important and every like seconds you have to tend to your child, that's why it's hard to be a working mama.
That's extremely hard. That's extremely hard.
I can't judge her for showing up. She needs a life too. She needs
No,
like to
I
get out,
understand. I understand.
but also it makes it hard
Showing up for friends, that's a hot topic.
showing up for friends.
That is a hot topic right there. Showing up for friends when they have businesses.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
That is, let's unpack.
Okay.
Let's unpack that. It's a lot that could be said there.
I agree. And it's because everyone is a hater.
I
No, I'm
think
joking.
so. I don't know.
No,
I
no,
just,
no.
yeah, okay. Let's rephrase that.
I think that everyone experiences it, not just us. I've seen this from all levels of
Correct.
creators on
Yes.
TikTok. Like,
I don't think it's
um,
just creators. It's not just creators. It's anybody that has their own business.
right, people maybe don't have the bandwidth to be so, like, if your product is not in line with directly with what they need, maybe they don't have that bandwidth to be celebratory with you.
Yeah.
But I feel like a female friend who doesn't congratulate you on an achievement that
Yeah,
is very worthwhile
yeah.
is not a real friend and should be shifted her tier in your life. Like, if she's not like, oh
Friends.
my God, that's so amazing.
You're no longer an A category
Yeah.
friend. You're a B
Like,
category friend. Well, I mean, I actually have an interesting story about this. Um,
mhm.
so with Maxis, I have another group of friends that, and with all my friends, I sort of give out free products, right, for them to try, and then hopefully they like it, and then they can, then at that point they will buy.
Mhm.
Um, and I sent out free product, and their responses were like, "Oh my God, like you healed like my mom's nails," or like, "Oh my God, she loves it," like obsessed. And I don't think, and I think that was actually true. I think that was true because there was no need for them to really say that. They could have just kind of not said anything. Um, and then they never bought. So how is that possible? You're saying you love it. It helped you heal your nails, and then you don't end up buying.
Buying the product.
Right. But you buy at other, like it's not about the price. Like they're going out and spending 40, $50 on, I don't know, like moisturizer or some shit. Like it's,
Well, when it comes to like actually purchasing the product, I don't know. I think some smarter minds probably have some insight into that, but it's about like what the person, who the persons think they are. Like if there's a certain brand that they like, if they're like, no, I go to Saks and I buy my moisturizer there, or if the price point is too high for them and they like go to Walgreens, I wouldn't say that's like being negative about you or your product. I think it's really hard to convert people from like their everyday life, things that they're used to. Like it's a
so if, okay, so if you had bad nails and you were using my strengthener and my strengthener healed your nails and your nails were fine,
Mhm.
are you not going to buy it after?
Like I might,
And
like me personally, I'm so lazy and so ADHD that like maybe I will. Maybe I would. But
I,
if there
I
that's what I'm
just,
saying. Like it wouldn't be like against your product. It's just like, oh, let me go to Walgreens and buy this thing. Like they're healed. I don't need something that strong.
right, right, right. I just think it's more like going back to like supporting, right? Like you have a product that works and you have a friend who manufactures it and you want to support, not, I'm not talking to you personally, but like again, like if the product works, why would you not continue to buy it when you want to support your friend and the product works?
Yeah, that's a conundrum. That's a weird thing.
That's what I'm saying, and it seems like not, again, not just podcasters or not just anyone that's sort of selling information. It's when selling products as well. I mean, I see it all the time online. People are saying like your friends are not the
Not
ones that are supporting you, and I don't know. I think it goes down to like it's just hard to fathom being an entrepreneur because you have to be such a unique person to do that,
yeah.
to do that every day, that people just don't understand, and it's just not in their like mind scope to even like think. So they don't think of you or your product unless that product is literally going to be in front of them all day, every day. And then they'll buy
Right.
it. And that they will not buy it because of you. They will buy it because it's literally in their face all day and it's right there.
Right. Like, yeah, I think like when it comes to buying the actual product, I don't think it's like against you, like people not being supportive. I think it's when like you're sharing something and they don't share it. But for people to like go through checkout, they have to be in love with something
Yeah.
so sincerely. I, I'm a nail biter, right? Like, so I don't fix my real nails. But if I were, I would use your treatment, right? Because I know that. Um, but once they're treated, right, and they're beautiful, like all things, it might slip up and I might buy another product, but it wouldn't be against yours.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. You wouldn't think that, I think perhaps there are two factors that play in there, and that's why it's just like this process
Yeah.
where there is a product that's somewhere in the middle of the connection. But then let's remove the product and let's make it as simple as sharing information of your friends,
Hmm.
which people don't do.
Yeah, people don't like they don't like on do you mean on social media or to
Yeah,
other
just in
people?
general. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm saying like, we're talking about showing up. We're talking about showing up for your friends that have businesses. How do you show up for them? You share their businesses. And I don't want this conversation to be about us. And in general, people always talk about this. This is something that I see all the time. That entrepreneurs say, why is it that I'm getting so much support from everyone else except for my family and friends?
Well, they're haters. Like they're
So
haters.
you went back to your original.
Yeah.
So let's discuss, what does that mean, they're haters? What does that mean?
Um, like they know you. They know you like
Yes.
on a deep level and like
Yes.
and I again it's not like since it's a collectively like everybody, right? Let's go to pop culture and media, right? Hold on, let me see. How do I phrase this? I feel like everyone internalizes everything, right?
Okay.
And so when people see other people succeed, it's
Yeah.
always not like, yay, you. It's like, oh, well, I like, why did she have that and I don't? Why did they get to do that? And I feel like maybe this is just like what I think and I'm like completely wrong. But like that's when you scroll by, like why if you were to see your friend that you love, your best friend, posted something where she looks beautiful, right? Or she's trying to look beautiful, you'd be like, yes, girl, do it. You
Right.
look amazing. But if you saw another girl doing the same exact thing, but you didn't like really like her that much,
Yeah.
right? But like she's still your friend on the feed, you'd probably be like, "Ugh, okay, next." Like you wouldn't compliment her,
Yes, correct.
right?
Correct.
Because you have like feelings about
Yes.
them. Yeah. And so that's what our friends and family are when they see us trying to succeed. No, I'm joking. But like, I think that's the root cause of it. It's like,
But there are friends and family. If anything, they should have the opposite. They should be the ones that are supporting us. That's why
but
it's
they
so
know you.
fascinating. It's so fascinating. Oh, because
They know you. They're like, you ain't shit. Why are you trying?
oh,
Like, who do you think you
oh, I
are?
see. Oh, I
Well,
see.
for example, like, I don't know, but the people who don't know you, who are your biggest fans, like, if you became their best friend and you had like years of like things together, they'd be like, "Ugh, you ain't shit." Like, I'm not gonna like your thing. But
Right.
also, I'm just not like our friend circle because we happen to have a very nice friend circle.
Yes, yes,
Everyone's very
yes.
supportive. But that's just what I think. People are haters.
That's so interesting. Um,
Like, there are some people I'm like, wow, you're so why does everything work out for you? But I'm so intent on not being like a hater on people who've
yes.
done nothing bad to me that I'm like,
Yes.
okay, you're so cute. Good job. Like I won't
No,
message
I
that.
won't do it. Correct. I won't do it, but I'll just be like, all right, good for you. Like,
But if
I
it's like
appreciate the hustle.
yeah, like but if it's a if it's like a friend from 20 years ago that I went to school with and I see other people also from 20 years ago, I'm like, okay, it's not that weird. Like good for you. Like yay. Because that
Um,
to me doesn't mean it like it's not taking anything away from me.
yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But like amidst all of this, right? Like the most important showing up is showing up for yourself.
Yes.
That is truly what it's all about. Because if you don't show up for yourself, you won't show up for any of those things. Like today,
Yeah.
you didn't want to do this, but you showed up for yourself, really, because you know deep inside that this makes you happy. You know you're going to feel proud. After we're going to be done with this, you're going to feel proud that you did it.
Yeah, I am gonna feel prouder than if I canceled and run away.
That's right. That's right. And so many people forget to show up for themselves. And then it's just a trickle effect.
Well, this like happens where, when people are people pleasers, it's
Oh,
easier to like people please others and show up for them so that you're not putting a lens on yourself. Um, yes, it's very important. But it's so hard. It's
showing up for yourself? Why?
it's easy to forget, I feel. This will go into a whole nother topic of like motherhood and
Yes. Okay.
wifery
Yes.
and
Why for you?
wifery and all the things that you have to do in life to like forget about yourself, but yourself is what gets you through all that. So take care of yourself, work out, drink water, be nice.
I think that it's a part of being entrepreneur. It has to be that you have to show up and you're really showing up for yourself because at the end of the day, um, being an entrepreneur, you are an egoist in a sense, right?
Yeah.
Like you think you're better than everyone else because you are
Do
doing
you?
something. Um, in a
I think
sense, I don't want to say I like I'm better than anyone else, but I know I'm doing something that
not a lot of
99%,
people can do.
90, I don't know what the percentage is. I don't want to say 99, but 90% of people don't do. So just based on that logic alone, I know that I'm doing something that other people aren't doing. If it was easy, everyone would do it.
And yes, it's actually not easy at all. Yes, I try to do it. I try, the way you show up consistently all the time.
But that goes to show that it's really the most simplest thing you could do, but the one that has the most value and that will actually get you somewhere. Because if you just continue showing up, you're going to just by default learn more, meet more, connect more, just be more in tune with yourself, just based on that.
Yeah, that's wild to me that we could simply start showing up and getting out of our shells or our houses, and how that just changes the timeline to what's going to happen because you chose to show up.
That's literally as simple as it is. And just as simple as it is us doing this today. Because this is now becoming something that we do consistently. We did an episode last week, we did one today. We're doing one next week, and no matter what, we know we're going to show up.
Yes.
Look at us.
That's awesome. Look at us. That
Look
should
at
be
us.
the name of the podcast. Look at us.
Yeah, it could be. I
I'm
mean,
just joking. Don't
you
look
know.
at us. Don't look at me. Don't look at me.
No, you look fantastic. Which, by the way,
You look fantastic.
this could be your thing. These things,
The headband,
yes.
a headband and hoodie.
I'm not sure about a hoodie, but a headband, that could
I'm
be your thing. It's adorable,
I'm so
and you could
cold.
change them out. Okay, well, you
No, I'm
then,
joking.
then.
Um, so the truth is, I show up in the summertime. Me personally, I show up in the summertime when it's warm outside. And in the winter, I just like want to lay and stay at home. I don't want to go anywhere. The fact that I got dressed today is like a big deal because I work from home. I don't need to get dressed.
Oh
I don't
no,
need
girl,
to.
girl, I
But in the
spoke.
summertime, I followed the Dasha way of life.
Yes,
And
that's
the
right.
in the wintertime, I'm like, fuck that shit.
Yeah, no,
No,
no, no, no, no. You always have to show up. You don't see, this is it. You don't just choose when to show up. You show up every single time. That's the difference.
I don't got no energy for that. Like one day I showed up to Publix with this
What is
with
that? I
my
can't
with
see.
my workout sneakers and my
Oh,
jeans.
oh, we talked about that. Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
And I took the picture to send
that's
it to
right.
you. So
But
I show up, but I might not look the cutest.
yes, but here's the thing. At this point now we're just gonna dissect like showing up, right? I think it should just be it should be about two things. You're showing up physically and you're showing up mentally. And right now, like, going into your outfit, that's a whole different story. The point is you
Right.
showed up, you did what you had to do.
Well, I went to Publix,
You
so
had to do that.
I mommed.
You
you know?
mom, you had to do it.
Mhm.
Otherwise, you wouldn't do it at all and you wouldn't show up.
Yeah, I think we're at 25 minutes, but the reason I don't show up consistently is because I don't always feel great.
Mm-hmm.
But you've always said, and this is like what I think about, like put on a dress. If you're the
Mm-hmm.
type of person who likes dresses, I
Yeah.
like dresses. So like
Yeah.
that for me, it's put on a dress.
Mm-hmm.
In the winter, I just don't feel like it. It's cold. My legs just that like, you know, it just no. Like but in the summertime, show up in a dress, hell yeah.
That's right. So I think we did good for today.
I think so too.
And I want to leave with a closing message for those of us that are listening, for something to think about. And that is, so many of us think about the perfect moment, right? We're waiting for that perfect moment. But truly, the ones that succeed are the ones that just show up, even when they're not ready, just like we did today. So, to those that are listening, ask yourself, where in life do you need to show up more? And what's stopping you?
I
Stay
love
tuned.
that.
Stay tuned for our next episode.